Hey guys, I'm Eric.
I'm Nathan.
And I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
No.
I feel my spider senses a tingling.
Because I'm about to put my foot up your spinneret. This is Notes.
And nerds.
And me.
No.
And me.
No.
And me.
Hey guys, this is episode number 5 of Notes and Nerds, and today we're talking about the Avengers versus Justice League of America. So, first off, we're going to talk about the members, the core members.
Yeah,
Mostly
teams.
we're using the Avengers movie as the reference point because that list for the comics,
Would go way too long.
it's huge. Look
So
on
many.
Wikipedia. Go look on Wikipedia for the Avengers, and wow. And then we're going to talk about Justice League America, the core 6 members. That's pretty much standard for all the Justice League material, and what we expect for the movies, or for the movie for Justice League that has been talked about. So let's get started.
Okay.
Team Avengers.
For Team Avenger, we have Captain America as the leader. We have Iron Man as the brains. We have Bruce Banner and the Hulk as the muscles and the brains. You have Thor for the team's sense of bravery and honor. You have Black Widow for the spy and assassin. And then you have Hawkeye for the sharpshooter.
Yep, and then on Justice League, you have Superman, who is the leader and the team's sense of honor and duty. Batman, who is the brains of the operation, plus his exceptional spy and detective capabilities. Wonder Woman, who is also the team's sense of honor, courage, and duty.
And not too bad looking.
Oh, no. Flash, who is the team spirit and a little bit of the forensics guy because of his Star City Police Department job. Green Lantern, who is the team's will and a bit of a risk taker because that's how Jordan is. And then the Martian Manhunter, who fills in the additional gap of spy and detective. Now, when you compare the elements, Team Avengers really are specific. You take one of the cogs out of that machine, though, you can see it fall apart, which is what happened in the Avengers movie that Joss Whedon really played with, is that if you didn't have the team working cohesively, the machine sputtered out.
If Iron Man was out, it fall apart. If Thor was out, it fall apart. Because when Thor was temporary out of the movie, they didn't work correctly, and at the end when the Earth was being invaded and he came in, things started working.
Yeah.
So it's like the chain from the bike, it will not work.
Same thing with Hulk. When Hulk came in, when Bruce Banner rode up on that little moped motorcycle, which was a great scene, that was hilarious. When he turned into the Hulk, it really just took off from there, and the team was cohesive again. With the Justice League, it's a completely different story. With them, if one is missing or is off doing something else, the team is still cohesive.
Yes, and if somebody is not there, another one will come in, like Hot Girl or however or whoever.
Well, the same thing with the Avengers, though. But
if the chain breaks, there's another chain there to replace it.
With the core members of the Justice League versus the Team Avengers, if Avengers is missing a cog, the machine falls apart. If a core member of the Justice League is missing, the other 5 or 4 even can still cope without them.
Yep.
So, I mean, in that sense, it does put the Justice League at an advantage, really, in my opinion. So, in a situation of Team Justice League versus Team Avengers, personally, as a Superman fan and even a Batman fan, I'm Team Justice League all the way.
See, that's kind of hard for me because I like Iron Man, I like Hulk, but I also am a Batman fan and I am a Martian Manhunter fan. So I'm kind of on the fence. But since they are a well-tuned machine, I would have to go with Justice League on this one.
They have a contingency plan for a contingency plan. Batman's method of working on everything. So with that, I mean, we really did cover everything on there. So
Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Hey, Spider-Man!
All right, guys. So now that we've talked about the Avengers and the Justice League team members, we're going to talk about the villains that we are hoping to see, or at least a combination, or even just one of, for the Justice League movie that's been talked about for about 2017, I believe. So before we lead into that, let's talk about what was released and announced at Comic-Con this couple weeks ago. And that is the fact that Batman and Superman are going to meet up
And
for
Man of Steel 2.
Here's what I'm expecting. DC released a cartoon movie a couple years ago where Bruce Wayne, this was tied into the Superman cartoon and the Batman animated series. Bruce Wayne comes into Metropolis to talk to Lex Luthor about not necessarily a business merger, but a partnership, if you will.
Yeah.
But Bruce Wayne wasn't coming in to actually do it. He was coming in to investigate Lex Luthor and LexCorp as Batman. Superman didn't really care for the intrusion, if you will, by Batman into his Metropolis territory. You know, get out of my town, you've got Gotham, this is mine. That's what I'm expecting to see with the Man of Steel 2. They're talking about taking a lot of elements from the fight between Superman and Batman in the Dark Knight Returns comic book from Frank Miller. But I don't think it's going to that extent. They're using it as inspiration. During this, I expect to see, obviously the introduction of Lex Luthor, which they did make a point. They showed a vehicle, semi, in a Man of Steel movie that was plastered with LexCorp all over it. So I expect to see Lex Luthor for it. But I'm expecting to see references to Project Cadmus.
For the Spider-Man or for the
Justice League movie.
For the Justice League.
Project Cadmus is a government agency developed by U.S. government due to a distrust of the Justice League. They feel that, okay, here's a bunch of superpowers that are above the law. They don't answer to no government, but they're out for humanity. They want to save the earth. They want to protect people from the vile evilness of whatever.
So with the project and Lex Luthor, could we also be seeing the Joker? Could we see Darkseid? Or
Brainiac would be a great villain too, but here's the problem with Brainiac and Darkseid. They are superpowers of evil. These guys are, okay, Brainiac is kind of like the Borg from Star Trek. They assimilate and destroy. Too much, too soon for Avengers. Darkseid, again, the same thing, hell-bent on ruling the universe in chaos. That's something that I would actually think Darkseid would be
for
better.
the Avengers or for
Justice League, sorry.
There we go.
I see Darkseid being more of a Man of Steel 3 villain. The superpowered bad guy that Superman's going to have to face off with. Brainiac, definitely a Justice League thing, but I would say maybe a Justice League 2. I
would like to see the Joker, but against the whole Justice League, I don't think he's a strong enough bad guy.
I could see his element being used for maybe a Man of Steel Batman crossover sequel, maybe, or even in the
maybe a Pawn.
A Pawn played out by Lex Luthor, Project Cadmus. I really see these as being the big pinnacle villains for a Man of Steel 2 leading into a Justice League movie. Especially Project Cadmus. Project Cadmus, they're going to create the superpowered team that answers specifically to the U.S. government, which the Justice League don't like very much, and they're going to fight the Justice League because it's going to be an issue that Lex Luthor wants to defeat Superman, especially from Man of Steel 2. That's what I'm expecting.
Lex Luthor wants the world for his own, and no Spider-Man makes it better for him.
One quick rumor, or what I would call a rumor, Michael Rosenbaum, which incidentally, not only was he Lex Luthor in Smallville, but he was the voice actor for the Flash in the Justice League cartoons.
Wow.
He has discussed his extreme interest to play Lex Luthor in the next Man of Steel movie or Justice League movie.
That'd be awesome. I'd like to see him do that. He's a very, very talented actor.
Of all the Lex Luthors I've seen in every iteration on television, Michael Rosenbaum is my favorite Lex Luthor. I wasn't big on everything Smallville, but his character as Lex Luthor, the slight psychological issues he had, well, not really slight, they were severe psychological issues due to Daddy and everything, but his conniving, intelligent, brilliant method of doing everything, his character was
everything a true Lex Luthor character should be, actually.
Yeah, the calm that masks the storm, if you will.
Yeah.
So I really hope, hey, Warner Brothers, listen to Michael Rosenbaum, listen to the fans. Let him be our Lex Luthor. He's the right age for it now, especially because he's in his
Give the
30s.
fans what they want.
He's a great actor, and he performed Lex Luthor like no other. So, really, that pretty much covers it for the movie. It's just, I can't wait. That's my biggest problem.
I think it'll be very, very good.
Like last episode, talking about the wait for the Ninja Turtle film. This is even worse because Man of Steel doesn't come out until Man of Steel 2 doesn't come out until 2015, 2016. If there's no 2015 without any issues, 2016 at the latest.
You know, when you start seeing the pictures and stuff that get leaked, you're gonna get excited about it. So just patience. Patience for a good movie.
Especially since Man of Steel 2 is going to have Bryan Singer directing again. The team that wrote the Dark Knight trilogy and Man of Steel 1 is coming back. And from my understanding, Christopher Nolan is producing again. So expect something
That's a nice piece of pie.
That's a big piece of pie.
That's a big piece of pie to wait to eat, and every bite will be worth it.
And if they do Justice League right and get the right director, I would say bring Bryan Singer in to direct that even. I mean, he knows the superhero films. He did great with the X-Men movies. So yeah, bring him on board.
So we got Avengers 2 coming out here pretty soon, and then in 2017 you got Justice League, and then you got all those little small movies like Superman, the Batman, this and that to fill your plate.
And one last little tidbit for all of you Avengers fans. Was it Project Shield or Agents of Shield coming to ABC?
Oh yeah, the
this
TV
fall.
show. Yes.
I'm having a brain fart. The Agent Coulson, who died in Avengers, he's alive in the series. They haven't really speculated, is this pre-Avengers team? Because it's not the Avengers TV series.
Or could he have survived?
Yeah, was he a ploy to get the Avengers to work together, and he knew that he had to pull this off? I'm thinking Agents of Shield is something before Avengers, and then kind of gives a prequel kind of thing, and then maybe.
Don't care. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, who cares? It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Joss Whedon is directing the pilot episode.
Ching.
Yes, and he's no stranger to television. So, but hey, you know what? That pretty much wraps it up.
Yep.
Hey guys, it's been a blast, and that wraps up episode number 5 of Notes and Nerds.
So link, subscribe, watch.
And me!
No!
Please!
No!
Kumbaya, little toads!